Forget lithium-ion batteries for energy storage. Pump hydro storage is the way to go, is it? Hello, this is ChartGPT. Today, let's not get into the climate change agenda hoax, whether it is or isn't. The point is that whether we like it or not, the world is moving towards more renewable energies, wind, solar, etc., etc. One of the biggest problems is energy storage, because obviously wind doesn't blow all the time and the sun doesn't shine all the time. So there has to be some type of energy storage systems. The most known is the lithium-ion battery. There's redox flow batteries that are coming online. They're still not quite there yet. So the question is how are we going to store energy? Well, a big push now is on the what they call hydro energy storage system, and you can see here this is an AI generated hydro storage system where they pump water into a reservoir and then let it flow out. It has a 70-80% efficiency rate, meaning you only lose about 20 to 30% of energy by pumping it up and then recapturing energy on the gravity fed system. So there are some gravity batteries out there, but they're quite expensive in terms of scale. So let's take a look at this. First off, here's the potential energy storage systems across the globe. There's a lot of places where this can be done. It's kind of restricted in terms of geographic capability. The picture then the AI generated was in Scotland, where there's a lot of hills and lakes, etc., etc. But there's a lot of places around the world. Here's a kind of a place where they could be done. And so there's a lot of locations around the globe where these kinds of systems could be viable, because it takes the right geography to do that. Here's a chart where a lot of people in the industry thinks that it's going to be a big thing in terms of where it's going in the next few decades, and it's going to be a major player in terms of storage mechanisms if in fact the climate change agenda continues as is. So you might think, well, why are we doing this? Is there benefits to this? Well, there actually is. So here's kind of a radar chart to give you the pros and cons here. Just point out a couple things when you compare to lithium-ion. Now, redox flow batteries are still not quite online, so there's still some issues there. But storage duration, energy versus power flexibility is there. It's where it really wins out on any battery solutions is the cost per milliwatt hour. So it's very efficient. Longevity with maintenance, cycle count. You have to look at the cycle counts on batteries. Construction time about the same. Where it's really negative is environmental risks are high, and the viability of multiple scales, meaning typically it's a big storage unit. You can't just get small batteries. That's where the batteries tend to be better. So I think the industry is suggesting that it has to be a mix. For short-term energy storage, you probably use the batteries. For bigger industrial use, for large scale, you would probably go to a pumped hydro system. So it's kind of a radar. You can take a look at that. So those are the kind of interesting things. You might think, well, you may not have heard of this stuff. Is it being deployed? Well, not too much, but the technology is actually quite old. It's not that complicated. And you can see that it has not been used very much, but just recently it's starting to kick into gear here. And China is the leader in this technology. You can see there in the blue where they've either got under construction, which is a huge amount of kilowatt hours or gigawatt hours, and some that are even in the planning stages. So they're going all full bore, and we'll see if this thing grows. Check out the AI, and it gives you some of the pros and cons of the different technologies. You might be interested to see if this is something worth investing in. Again, regardless of what you believe in terms of the climate change agenda, it is what it is, and so you may want to consider this as a big thing, since they're very capex intensive projects. Take our online polls. Will hydropower storage systems be a thing of the future? Take a look at the post link in the description box below the video. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe.